Good morning, you guys. I'm trying to, oh my goodness. Good news is, for those of you that were on my live on Facebook yesterday, I think I have figured out a way to get around my internet issue. Honestly, I've been really frustrated because where I live, for those of you that are thinking about moving to Mexico, sometimes there's just weird things that you don't understand why things happen. And for example, they put in internet in our area, and for some reason we don't have access to it. And so I have this big antenna on my roof, and I have terrible internet. So what I'm thinking is this phone that I'm on right now is my Mexican line. And I'm going to start Bluetooth, or not, what do you call it? Bluetooth? No, Wi-Fi, hotspot, there we go, hotspotting it, because I tried it last night and it worked, because that's what I'm here to tell you guys is about my group trips that are coming up. And I've been working on those, and I'll write this long paragraph and I'll go to save it, and my internet's so slow that it doesn't save it. So let me tell you, I'm, my short attention span and trying to write something twice, it's been like, So I think I got it sorted. So this is I wasn't planning on going live from my phone. It's connected to my computer, but I could not figure out how after I planned the live, how to go live on my computer. Still got a lot to figure out. So yeah, let me know where you guys are watching from and when you're going to be in Mexico, and have you subscribed to my newsletter. There's a reason why I'm asking about my newsletter, because that will be the first place that all the group trips will be launched, which right now we're launching 2, and 1 is a surprise. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to use the phone. So yeah, we've got 14 of you on, so please let me know where you guys are watching from, when you're going to be in Mexico, and have you subscribed to the newsletter. Once this video is posted, I will have a link to the newsletter. Hi, Denton, Texas, in the house. Hi, boys. So nice to see you. Yes. Oh, yeah, he put it. Florence, South Carolina. Hi, Lori. So a couple of things I wanted to go over. Group trips. What is a group trip? So first off, I've never gone live on YouTube on my phone. Okay. Lori from Florence. Just want to make sure I caught up. Next year, and yes, I'm subscribed. Good. Thanks, Brad. Brad's the best. We love you, Brad. Okay, so here's the thing. I have been making these videos on Facebook, on YouTube, making posts, and and for those of you just joining, I'm not good at all this stuff, and so I was trying to go live this way, and it ended up going live this way. So Pennsylvania, hi Natalie. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Yay. So I've been making all this content about Mexico. You guys know I encourage you to travel to Mexico. Well, now it's like, this is something I've wanted to launch for a long time, where now it's not that you're just going to watch these videos, not just of myself, but other YouTubers, but now we can actually create a community where we travel together. And I was telling somebody the other day where it's like, first off, like creating a travel community, I think will be really awesome, to where you're not just seeing it, but you're able to actually experience it. The chats come up, and then KM Life is good. Hey, are you in Canada? Are you in Puerto Morelos? Where are you? So now we'll be able to go on trips together, and there's 2 that I'm launching. So one is going to be Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, in Merida. And Merida is some of the things that you guys have seen me post lately, which we have some more coming up. And still, the YouTube video, there's so much to pack together for that YouTube video that I'm hoping to get it launched by next week. So I hope it's a big project. So you guys can join us for Day of the Dead in Merida for 2023. My goal is to launch 4 trips for 2023. Right now we have 2. And the other one is a surprise, and that's for April 13th to April 17th. So keep that in mind. Now, the people that are subscribed to my newsletter, again, I'm going to put that, let me see, can I write it? I'm going to get the terrible angle. Let's see if I can write it. Can I write anything here? I don't even know how to write. Save, highlight. No, I don't think I can write anything. Isn't that messed up? I can't even write myself. Live chat, none. Link, but I guess I can't. I can let you know maybe, Brad, if you want to write it, it's bit.ly, bit.ly / and then capital M, capital T, capital A, and then newsletter 1. That's it. But I'll put it in. If you don't figure that out, I almost said Frank, Brad, don't worry. But I'll put the link in. I don't know how to do that. But you subscribe to my newsletter. We're going to launch them November 16th. Now, on my live yesterday, I realized that as of yesterday, it's been 7 years that I've been in Puerto Morelos. I arrived here November 12th, 2015, and it's all kind of amazing because now I'm going to be able to share this place that I love with you guys, not just through video, not just through photo, but you guys can actually join along. And I don't know, I feel like my dreams have come true. So, well, I guess that'll depend if anybody joins. I'm like, I was saying yesterday, I wrote on my post, I was like, oh, it's okay, Brad, no worries, no worries. Oh, KM Life is Good, he says, off to the beach. Yes, us too, we're going there later. But I'll put, like I said, I'll put the link to subscribe to the newsletter here, because that will be the first place it's launched. I had over like 60 new subscribers, so that shows that there's interest, which I'm really excited. But you can subscribe to the newsletter, and then that will be the first place we'll launch it. And I am launching it with a discount for the first people that sign up for Black Friday, or in Mexico we call Buen Fin, which means good weekend. So yeah, and let me know if you guys have any questions, of course. Oh, Brad says, want to help continue on vids like this, please join her YouTube channel. Yes, you're the best. Jack's Man, he says, please what? Please what? I'll put the link. Maybe that's what you're talking about. I'll put the link. And for those of you that have friends that like to travel or want to travel, once I get a little snippet of it, I'm going to make the link. I'll put it in the newsletter, and then you can actually share that link with other friends that you think would like to travel to Mexico. I'm going to put in my description on, it's called We Travel, the system that I'm going to use for you guys to book. And when you book, one of the things I want to mention is it'll accept payments. So for those of you that maybe can't pay everything all at once, the deposit for each trip is going to be $250 just to reserve your spot. And this will include most of your activities, most of your transportation, actually all of the transportation, including airport transportation, food, not all the food, because I want to plan some things with you guys, and then like kind of get your feet wet in the neighborhood where we're at. And then you can, a couple that you meet or a person that you meet there, you can say, hey, do you want to go to breakfast with me? Then you can kind of discover some things on your own. But the idea is just to kind of, like I was saying earlier, like I'm taking the machete and I'm like cutting through the forest for you and going, okay, we like this place. This is a good place to bring people. And then when you show up, you kind of have an express route to the good things that I recommend to that area. Does that make sense? Okay. Megan, hi honey. Good morning. Oh yes, and I should mention, I like that there's no FMM going fast through the airport. Yeah, I've heard there's no paperwork to fill out. The other part of this is that on my surprise trip that you guys will see in the newsletter, I'm going to have a panel of people that have moved from other countries, which is mostly US and Canada. Actually, all of them will be from the US and Canada. And you will be able to meet them to talk to them about your questions about moving to Mexico, which I plan on putting some information together like in a packet, so you can take that home with you as well. And you'll have the opportunity to look at I'm thinking some real estate, because I have a lot of people that ask me about real estate, what the prices are, and I plan on doing some videos about real estate in the Riviera Maya area. Puerto Morelos, of course, to start with, but I have other areas I want to go to as well. So when you join me on these trips, I'm hoping to do different types of themes where when I first started my Trish Advisor, I thought it was going to be for people that wanted to travel to Mexico. But little did I know, over half my followers, or I shouldn't say over, probably 50-50, 50% of the people want to travel to Mexico, but the other 50 want to move to Mexico or have questions about moving to Mexico. So what I'm hoping to do is integrate as we travel. For those of you that are just looking to discover Mexico, you'll do it at the same time, right? But then we'll have other activities, like the one I want to do is a meetup at a local beach bar here, and have the expats come in and introduce them, and then you guys get a chance to kind of have different backgrounds. So for example, I have a couple that's built a home here, I have a couple that's purchased a home, I think almost all of them have rented for an amount of time, and then I have a mom that I'm going to invite her to come along for those of you that have kids. So just to kind of give you the opportunity, kind of two types of people that are looking to vacation or discover Mexico, and you also want to possibly move to Mexico. So we can discover those areas together. And I've been to a lot of places that people are looking to move, to visit, and explore. So yeah, how cool is that? So I'm really excited, but like I said, I'm nervous because I'm like, what if I do all this planning and then nobody shows up? It's like planning your party and then where's everybody at? So what are we doing today? Hey girl, she just did a video with my husband. That was so sweet, for learning Spanish. She says, look forward to hearing about your group trips. Yes, so they will officially be launched November 16th in the newsletter. And like I said, you guys need to subscribe to the newsletter, which after this goes live, I will put it in the description box. Okay, oops. So Lori Gibbons says, I want to be hybrid. I want to spend a few months every year in Mexico. Funny you should say that. That's what Diego and I are planning to do. We would like to do almost half time here and half time in the States. I have my little nieces and my family, my sister and my mom and my grandma I want to go spend more time with and explore the United States with Diego. Diego has never been to the States. Oh, you guys, I almost want to cry just thinking about it. Like I bought this old, or I shouldn't say I bought, my uncle gave me this old crappy van because he was like going to get rid of it. And I was like, no, don't get rid of it. We can still use it. So I have a van ready for us to like tour around the US. I told him, I was like, it just needs a couple fixing, something with the tire and something else. And I said, we will drive this thing into the ground. It's already got like 388,000 miles on it. But I just wanted to have some sort of vehicle so then when him and I go back, we have something to get around. Oh, let me catch up. Says, Megan says, these trips are going to be amazing. You should have a survey at the end of each trip so you receive good feedback. I love that idea. Yes, because one of the things that these first few trips are going to be like less expensive because you guys are going to be my guinea pigs. So once we kind of get it down to a well-oiled machine and we know that things are working well, I know that I'm going to have to raise the price. Plus everything, the prices of everything are going up anyways. But yeah, I think that's a great idea because I think that there's a lot of different opportunities with this. And my first groups I'm launching will have, I'm putting it at 20 people. If we get less or we get more, we can be a little flexible. But I have reservations for the hotels, and the one for April, I have 15 days. So actually I probably have only like 12 days left at this point. So I'll get an idea once you guys start booking how many rooms I need to reserve. But I've booked more than enough, and they said I have 15 days. So that's for the surprise one. Like I said, there's a group trip surprise in April, and then there's another one for Day of the Dead in October. And I'm planning on launching hopefully another one in July or August. Yeah, what are we doing today? She says the half and half is good for me. Exactly. I love. Oh, Rocky says same here, hybrid. Exactly. Like it's funny because I've been here 7 years, and for those of you that are first moving to Mexico or first gotten here, my first 3 years, everything was magical and beautiful and amazing, and it still is. But it's like after time you start to see certain things and you really can compare things that you're like, okay, you know what? I really do like this about Mexico, but now I miss certain things about the US. And especially my family. You know, at first you're Like, I've been gone for 20 years. So I left Iowa when I was 20 years old, and I'm 40 now. So the thing is that going to California, I was like, I just wanted to get away from Iowa. I hated Iowa. I was like, oh, it's a hellhole. Like, I mean, I really hated Iowa. And I would only go back for Christmas. Oh no. Jack says I'm cutting out. Oh gosh, am I still cutting out? I was talking about Iowa. Let's see if my internet's still connected. Hold on. No, I'm not. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Actually, let me disconnect. I just realized my computer. I was talking crap about Iowa. Okay. So I did not like Iowa. And then and I moved to New York City and LA, and I would only come back to Iowa to visit for Christmas. I always felt like I had to be, thank you guys, back for Christmas. And then one of my best friends, she told me like 4 years ago, she's like, why do you always come for Christmas? We can never do anything. I started going in the end of summer, beginning of fall. I have fallen in love with Iowa. I am like, wow, this is such a beautiful state. Like, I went there with a whole different attitude, because the first year I went like August 25th or something like that. So I got like 2 weeks of the summer, and I was on ATVs, and we were on boats, and I mean, I was helping my friend with her farm. I'm not live on Facebook right now. Oh, Rocky says it's still cutting out. Shoot. I hope it's not. You guys, I've been so sad over my internet. I was thinking about getting Starlink, and it's just so expensive. So what I'm hoping is that this phone will be able to work as a modem for me. So I'm going to spend, which for those of you that don't know, phones in Mexico, like, I can get 12 gigabytes of internet, which is probably enough for about 6 1-hour live videos. So I'm going to start doing that. Okay. Hi, Dan. Boy, everybody chimes in when they can't hear me. I always feel like, I'm like, are people actually there? And then when you guys can't hear me, everybody's like, we can hear you, we can't hear you. I'm like, oh, there's people in the room. Okay. Well, darn. I hope it works good. But now that I have visited Iowa for the summer and the fall, I have really, like, fallen in love with it. I never fell in love with Iowa, ever, because I lived there, I grew up there. But now going back there and visiting, I have a whole new appreciation for it. So depending on the group trips, obviously, I know a lot of them will probably be do it during the winter, especially if we do the Riviera Maya area. Because I want to do, there's another one that I want to do that's like an island tour. Somebody's home. I really want, it would be a longer one. Most of my trips will be like 5 days, 4 nights. This one will probably have to be like 8 days, where I want to do a tour of the islands, like Isla Mujeres, like 2 or 3 nights, Holbox, and Cozumel. So, hi, honey. So something like that, but that's a bigger trip and multiple locations. So we'll see how that comes along. But all that to say is that, yeah, Diego and I living part-time in the U.S. and part-time in Mexico. For those of you that don't know, we got married December 17th last year, and we filed his paperwork. So hopefully, you want to say hi?
Hi.
So hopefully next year.
Like where?
Oh, in the U.S. Some part-time.
But what app you using?
Oh, it's on my phone.
But why like this and not like this?
Because, yeah, I know. Because when I started the live, it was this way, and I didn't mean to. It was supposed to be the other way.
Because looks great. That's why I'm asking. Because looks great. Hello, Brad. Hello. Okay. Hello, Michael. Hello,
Yay.
everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
But Diego has never been to the U.S., so I'm just excited to show him. Mike and Brad say hi. I know. Brad said I started to ask her to flip her phone.
In a few minutes, jump to the Diego Spanish.
Oh gosh, yes. What time is it? So Diego goes live every Sunday at 12. So he has 25 or 35 minutes. But yeah, I was talking about Iowa. So my goal is to go back to like Iowa for the summer and the fall because I've had the best time going back during those times. Oh, Flipping K says it can be cool here in Iowa sometimes. I personally love spending time on the river. And this is things that I never did. Like my family, we didn't, I mean, I was raised, you know, we were lucky to have food. You know, so I wasn't raised around things to do in Iowa. The best thing that I looked forward to in Iowa was going to the farm in southern Iowa. And I mean, I loved playing. My great grandfather made like this swing for me, and going to my grandma Nancy's, and I'd go to Living History Farms camp every summer. But for the most part, like it was just like playing outdoors and or in the snow. But I never really did like really any big activities, except for like one summer we had like the whole summer on McCook Lake. So going back to Iowa and having friends that have things to do fun stuff with has been like, oh, okay. Like I have friends in Missouri that have boats and we've gone fishing and tubing and all that. So it's just having a whole different perspective and obviously wanting to spend more time with my family. My grandma's getting older. My mom, she's so old. I'm just kidding. She would kill me. No, my mom is beautiful. And my sister and my nieces, you know, and then just taking Diego back and going back to the States and, you know, how I felt coming to Mexico, how everything's new and fun and amazing. I can't wait to make videos of Diego's experience in Iowa. Well, I mean, I should say the U.S. because I have plans to take him all over. Oh, that's the wrong link. Give me a minute. He's working now. Anyways, yeah, you can go join Diego in a live in about 30 minutes. Diego Spanish Tutor. He's been teaching Spanish online, and every Tuesday he has classes at El Pirata, which is a bar restaurant in our area. And he really loves that. It's been really fun for him to meet people live and learn Spanish. I found this. I'm so excited about learning all these words because my thing is, I've been walking around with this. I've literally been walking around because I'm embarrassed about that I've been here for 7 years and I feel like my Spanish is just not where it needs to be. So, but all that to say is that, yeah, for us, we want to be here. Kind of what I'm thinking is Diego will be there and then I'll probably come back to Mexico a few times while we're there, just depending on, like I said, the group trips and what's happening, because I think group trips is going to be a huge thing. I think it's going to be, I mean, I don't know. I want to say I think it's going to be a slow start, but I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe I post it, we book out right away, and people are just really, I know a lot of people are really interested in Mexico, but people are really nervous and really scared because of, well, how I felt when I first got here. So now what I'm hoping is to kind of be that person that can help guide you and physically see the places together. I think it's just such an awesome opportunity to do this together because I've been, you know, I don't know, like nervous myself to go certain places, and then I go, I mean, especially driving through Mexico. I want to do that drive through Mexico all over again, but not being scared because I was scared the whole way. But anyways, where are you guys planning? Is there anybody that's here that's planning to move to Mexico, and what area are you thinking? I'd love to know because those are areas I'm hoping to plan a trip to Querétaro. I love Querétaro. I mean, if I didn't live here, I'd probably live there. And Querétaro has all kinds of, what do they call them? Pueblos mágicos. And Pueblos mágicos are magical towns. Oh, he says, I'd love to live in Akumal or Bacalar. Oh my gosh, Bacalar. That's another trip. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you. I always say, okay, I might start with Mexico and then go somewhere else, but there's so many places to see in Mexico. So I definitely think the first couple years will be focused on Mexico. Rocky says, I want to find an inexpensive apartment in Cancun or your area in Puerto Morelos. Natalie says, we love Isla Mujeres. Ah, Robin, there's my girl. Yeah, at least the internet's working. Yeah, I thought I was gonna get Starlink. Well, I mean, I didn't think it because it's so expensive. So I was like, we can't get that right now. And my phone is working just fine, and I was able to hotspot it. So I'm hoping that this phone will end up acting as my modem. We'll see how that works out. Yes, so that the Bacalar trip, I would love to do. I'm thinking even Bacalar and Belize. We could do a trip, like those locations all in the south part of that area because I love Bacalar and it's only 10 minutes north of Belize. So Julie says I want to go to Querétaro. Yes, I'm thinking to do that soon because I want to scout it. I already have places that I want to go. But Querétaro is a place that I think Julie and Dan, you guys would love that. Oh, Lori. Oh shoot, the comments like fade away. She goes, I know I'll spend one of my hybrid stays in Valladolid. Yes, Valladolid is growing really fast. What I've heard is that the Tulum people, the Tuluminati, they're all going to Valladolid and El Cuyo. So El Cuyo has gotten really expensive, and Valladolid is getting there too because they're going there and they're investing a lot of their money. So when we were in El Cuyo, I met a guy that's from Italy, and he has like a couple restaurants in Tulum, and then he has another restaurant in Valladolid, and he goes, it's happening everywhere where people are going from Tulum now because Tulum's gotten expensive, but they're keeping their restaurants or their hotels there. Now they're investing in Valladolid and El Cuyo. So I feel like that El Cuyo, that northern part of the peninsula, I say, quote me on this, it'll be called the Yucatan Riviera because we have the Riviera Maya or the Riviera Yucatan, however they'll say it. I think that's the next hot spot, kids. Okay. Oh, Rocky says it was me cutting out. I had the TV paused. I wonder what this looks like on TV. I'm so sorry. You guys work with me on my my terrible technical skills. Now I realize I'm like the old lady that doesn't get things like these kids now know all these things, and I'm like, I can't figure out crap. Christine Ocker says we come to Cancun every year around Halloween for 2 weeks. Unfortunately, the next few years around the beginning of November. Otherwise, we would join you in the Merida trip. Merida rocks. Well, yes, of course. Sorry you can't join us, but yeah, I think Merida is going to be a huge hit. I think, you know, I was originally thinking Mexico City, and Diego brought up Merida, and I looked at him. I was like, babe, that's a great idea because Mexico City, it's a beautiful city, but just Merida is, I don't know. I think it's just the perfect place because it's more historical. I shouldn't say more historical because Mexico City is too, but I think Merida is an older city. I totally could be wrong. But I mean, the houses there are 300 years old and they're beautiful. And then they have the northern part where it's more modern. So yeah, so for those of you that are wanting to discover Mexico and you don't want to do it alone and you want to meet other people. So my thing is that I know it's going to be really mixed. I feel like I have a lot of couples. I have a lot of single female travelers, solo female travelers. I also, even though I'm married, I'm a solo female traveler a lot of the time because sometimes Diego can't go and I will travel alone, especially obviously right now to the States. So, you know, my group trips will be really mixed. So what I'm planning to do is have some single opportunities, like if you are a single person that wants your own room, or you're like a solo female traveler and willing to bunk up with another person in your room and then meet them. So I'll ask some questions like when you guys book, I'll have some questions in there. Sorry, 1 second. Like, do you stay up late? Do you wake up in the morning early? Do you like to party? Do you snore? You know, those kind of things to know that we can link you up with the right person in your room to give you the most possible opportunity to meet somebody that maybe you'll travel with again. Like, of course, I love that you guys are going to travel with us, but I would hope that you can find somebody that you want to travel with, or you guys meet another couple and you totally hit it off and you're like, hey, let's go either on another trip with Trish, or, you know, you guys really want to go to Acapulco? Let's go to Acapulco. I've always wanted to go, but I'm a little nervous. or whatever, it's like an opportunity to make this like travel community where we're not just online. I want to be clean and tidy, okay? Yeah, you guys wouldn't want a room with me. Are you clean and tidy? That's a good question. Yes. Yeah, maybe I should have you guys ask me some questions that I should have on there. And I think that was from a guy, right? Rocky. I'm assuming you're a man. Maybe I'll have some solo, we usually say solo female travelers, so solo male travelers. So I mean, we're only gonna do like the same gender roomies. I mean, unless you guys start to mix up, then that's your own thing. Yes, exactly. I think it's a good idea. She says, gosh, I don't know how to, what are we doing today? Says, nice for single travelers to have an option too. Yes, exactly. So I'm hoping that like other couples meet other couples, or, you know, singles, however it works out. I have really no expectations. I don't know what's going to happen. But I do know that I do have a little bit of both. I have a lot of single, solo female travelers, I feel like, a lot, and a lot of couples that are looking to retire. So I think it'll be a really fun mix. So that's really it. That's all I had for you guys today. So November 16th, I'll be launching the trips in my newsletter. And the newsletter will be sent to you only if you are subscribed. So once this live video is over, I'll put the link to subscribe to the newsletter, and I'm going to give a special discount for the first few people that sign up. And there's a surprise trip that I'll be launching along with the Day of the Dead trip. So I don't know, you guys, like for the Day of the Dead, Robin and Joey and Diego and I all went, and we had the best time. I really believe that it'll be so fun to bring people and share this experience, because people are very curious about it, and also it's more of so marketed that people are really curious, but this is like, wow, you're gonna be able to see it in real life for yourself. Like, how awesome is that? So let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments. After this video, if you did watch this video, it does help the video if you comment on the actual video after the live chat. I look forward to seeing you guys. Please be sure to subscribe to the newsletter, and I'll put it in the link here. Nos vemos pronto en Mexico. Join Diego on his live video in 20 minutes. Love you guys. Now if I know how to get out of here. Ah. Yeah, I don't know how to get out of here. Oh, I can turn my video around. Oh, Holly, there you are. You're like me, late. Let's see. Holly, you gotta watch the live video. I'm trying to hang up. That's to turn the... I didn't know I could turn the video around. Let's see. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Not so sure, but I'm gonna go. Bye, guys. See you on a My Trish Advisor group trip soon. Bye.